All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here. We have had quite the event-filled day here this Tuesday, here this afternoon, of course, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, January 30th. Great to see Grant and Bill still with us, and Linda just before, posting some earnings to be announced coming up after the close. So great, I appreciate that very much. And Michael and Margaret, Ravina, all of us just joining us otherwise, namely inside our live trading room. Great to have all of us back there and all of us back otherwise in social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works, etc. So, like we had said, we have a very busy day today. We had phase 3 class in the morning. We have phase 3 class coming up this afternoon. So, for all of our gold, platinum, diamond CTU students, you folks know you got access to that coming up at 3 o'clock, just with Fausto trading the market close, really, and just basically going through the same motions that you went through with him in the morning session, just gearing it towards the market close. Now, I know that he had mentioned just even before from Traders Talk and with Benzinga on, he had mentioned, well, this was a really informative class, the morning session. Every advanced class that we do, it's in a different market environment. Here this week, actually, tomorrow might be a little bit slower with the Fed meeting announcement coming up that afternoon. But between the earnings that came out from yesterday into this morning, there were a bunch of great trades that he was following, and he took some money on some swing positions he had and went over that with all of you folks there. So again, phase 3 will be coming up at 3:05. But we did have Benzinga, the fine folks from Benzinga, Ryan and James from Benzinga Pro, demonstrating their platform all together. So we hope that you folks enjoyed, all of our students that registered for that event. Of course, Benzinga Pro, the real-time live newsfeed subscription program that you can get not just with newsfeed, but signals, their calendar, and not even just with earnings, but UOA as well, and just scanning involved. This is what I always use here during these meetings. So in fact, actually, if we were to just jump to it here, LQR, not up really a whole lot percentage-wise here. You could tell it's up like 8 to 9%, but it's starting to make a small little push. Now, that doesn't guarantee for us to put it on our watch list, but I'll give it a quick shout here. Check it out here to begin. Now, I do want to jump back to the PXLW, though. That was the stock that we were talking about also in the morning session today, and actually right now starting to pop up a little bit there. LQR, this chart here, not really doing it for me as much, dragging back down a little bit right now. Cheap. Order book's not horrible. We've seen worse, but we've seen a lot better. So, I'm going to pass on this trade at least here. We'll come back to Benzinga Pro in just a moment. All right, so PXLW, this is probably a very low float stock. I could also check from Benzinga actually right from there, but let me just go right to my scanner here on my platform for this one. So PXLW, ooh, I'm actually pretty surprised. I was expecting to see like 1 million share float or like, 2 million share float, something tiny. But this is actually pretty decent, 51 to 52 million share float. It's a lot larger of a gas tank than I thought it had today. Now, let's not get too carried away just yet. All right. So this stock right now is trading about 66 to 67 million. Comparing that to its float, all right, that's not even that terrible, but this is where we're a little cautious. This stock, outside of its float, trades tiny volume every day, 100,000 to 200,000 shares a day. So comparing that to the 66 to 67 mil that we got going on here, well, let's just put it this way. If this isn't going to make a big move off of my level here, 221, which was a pretty strong chart level from pre-market early on this morning, it was teasing this breakout all throughout the damn day. Actually, here was like as good of an opportunity as I thought that we would have at as any, just with the multiple false breakouts we've had coming into this move now. So I like this here, PXLW, as long as it could pop sooner than later and certainly stay above 221 at the least. But for now, I'll just kind of keep this on our watch list for now. And well, if it does make that move, if it tanks during this meeting as I'm talking, then we'll scrap it. And then we'll kind of take it away from our watch list there. But hey, there's still hope for this to try and make one more pop, just sooner better than later, really. It's been teasing this level all damn morning here so far. So if you want to see it run like we had it in pre-market and from the open here, you got to see this really soon. All right, so we got one stock at least to work with for right now. Now, what we'll just do, just because I know Fausto's prepping up, for the advanced class coming up here at 3:05, we'll just go right from top to bottom, see what we could add here. Nexi, this is a loser now. I mean, this is very obvious, but top of the gainers list typically makes top of the losers list over time throughout the given week. Look at CRBP from Friday last week into yesterday. Just take a look at Rev B as well. I mean, doesn't even look at as much from the daily chart, but the stock back from yesterday morning had gapped up pretty nicely, popped up, I guess. We didn't really focus on this really just because of how blank and empty the order book was. It's just to say, that Nexi trade, zero surprise that this is tanking now. RVSN, zero surprise that this is, tanking at this point. Obviously, we could have said that even from Wednesday or Thursday last week. This actually had a pretty good run from day to day last week, but even furthermore now, the top of the roller coaster kicked in when it was at 22, 23, and then now it's at 14. All right, so we will keep you updated at least on PXLW there. On bottom right there, you can see the price of it for the meantime. It's over that 221. I'll definitely come back to it there soon if I see it's at like 230-ish, 240, popping there, but we're not out of the weeds just yet on that PXLW. Ooh, GMBL had a wacky move here, pop and drop just before. So, hey, this is one for the news feed. We'll just check out Benzinga Pro here. GMBL. We're not going to add this to our list. I'm just curious. I had missed out on this pop, actually. We were conducting our workshop just before. And so, unless Benzinga is sleeping behind the wheel, which I highly doubt that they are because they're super reliable, real time, and I assume that this is really just a natural short squeeze. There isn't really any sort of actual news that have led to this, pump up that we had from the late morning. But that's why, hey, perhaps it ended up pulling back with that in mind. Really quick, got shot here. Popped up pretty nicely before, moving up a little bit now. Maybe I can just put this on our side list there, SHOT. GM coming off of earnings. Looks like that was more of an afternoon bounce, but compared to what we had earlier from pre-market and from the after hours yesterday, maybe it could be a better move even tomorrow morning, or maybe coming off the Fed meeting tomorrow. Nice trend. It's tradable. If anyone's in it right now from a lower price, I always say I'm rooting you on, but let's just see what else we got here first. AXTS, not much happening on that. P10, kind of near the highs, actually. This is like holding pretty strong, in fact. Just a little slow for my blood. You know what I mean? Like, even this, it might be a little too slow for our liking here heading into the close. Not giving you that 20, 30 cent push, maybe only 5 cents. And that's not what we're trying to strive for here with the afternoon. I'll tell you right now, that's not what Fausto's striving for a class. That's for damn sure. He wants to have some fireworks. So let's see what we could add here from the loser side here. RTC. I'm not going to pronounce the name of the company because I cannot. Not going to catch me sleeping behind the wheel on that one. So RTC down 78%. It's not moving up. That's the issue. So once it starts to, then maybe we'll look for a squeeze, but for now we'll pass. WNW, same deal there. Man, a lot of stocks down like 30, 40% today. SIDU down, 43% nearly. It's just obviously here flat, so I'm not going to add it to our list, but maybe tomorrow, if you see it up 3-4% pre-market or more, there could be an opportunity there perhaps. Got a lot of cheap stocks, a lot of stocks that aren't really trading a lot of volume. It's easy to weed through the losers list a lot better than the gainers list because you want to give, fair opportunity to any stocks that are on the way up. MRSN, what else we got here? GHTX, JL, anybody? Get it? Obviously not a good trade there. So we'll see what else we can add to our watch list at this point, folks. If there's anything else looking good, up, down, left, right, more than 5%, now's your chance. Now's your time. Just type it here in the chat board. JL is in my initials, obviously, Josh Levitan. But with that said, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc., hey, Always be a friend, tell a friend, spread the good word of Cyber Trading University. Just click the follow or subscribe button right on YouTube, namely at Cyber Trading U. Live stream every weekday, Monday to Friday, morning and afternoon. Do a live workshop every Tuesday morning, which we did just before. Just checking the trading room here pretty quick. Everyone waiting for Jerome, see what color tie he's wearing, and if he looks happy. I'll tell you, a lot of people are actually looking for both of that. In fact, that's a bit of an online kind of joke, right? So we'll see what tie he's wearing. We'll see what mood he's in, right? Little Reddit joke, online joke, right? All right. So PXLW, what is this? The only thing that we have on our watch list here now? This is the only stock I actually put on the watch list. We got to do more than one. Fausto will fire me if there's just one stock in the watch list, guys. Come on. No, I'm teasing. But seriously, it's like the market that we're in. It's a dead market. Unfortunately, that's the case pre-Fed meeting, pre-FOMC. Now it's just going to throw a dart on the wall and hope it lands. Chuck looking at DraftKings, okay, that's one that we've been a fan of for really like the last month as potential swing trade, sports betting season hitting its prime with, football playoffs, going into college basketball season, March Madness, that is. Hey, if you're not a fan of those sports, let me just be the first to tell you, you are seeing massive action on DraftKings and FanDuel, all those like online sports betting apps and stuff. DraftKings is a good swing, like we said. Still pushing up, breaking above the highs back from November, December last year, and really good trade for tomorrow for like the Fed meeting. I think it's just very choppy here. There's a day trade, good swing trade, like the shout from Chuck, and good reminder on this trade, but. You got to find something better, right? And it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'll take any suggestions, folks. If there's anything looking good, Tesla for a bounce. It's barely up or down anything. It looks like it's making lower highs, so it better make that bounce soon, I'd say. But Tesla's so volatile. It's just a sideless stock, right? It's one that if you do well on day to day, then definitely put it on your personal list. But here we go. Here we go. Here's a little something. Save up 7%, moving up, back up right now, actually. This was a stock from pre-market early on this morning, had popped, had dropped, and then died off, but maybe saving our afternoon. How about that? So that's two. We got two stocks on our list now. Oh, man. All right. This could be a slow afternoon otherwise. You don't want to, again, just hope for anything out there, and that's that. CRBP, like we spoke about, it's actually up a lot today coming off yesterday's big drop-off, but we're not going back to the well. SYM is just under the VWAP, says David, one of our new members joining us here. The order book is too thin for $44 stock. It's not up or down anything there. So I appreciate the shout, but there's a lot that looks like this. That's the issue. Bill says it's a class day. That's definitely as much, right, Bill? We got class coming up at 3:05 Eastern this time, or this afternoon. Rich, I appreciate the link that you just posted there for Bill and Ravina, all of our students. PayPal from Ravina, it's popping up a little bit there, right? I appreciate more of the recent run more than anything. Obviously not up or down a lot, but let's just check to see if there's news out on this that could possibly lead to a better run over time. Uh-oh. Well, I'll tell you what. Yep, Linda beat me to it here, but we covered this in class just this past week. Well, if you see Fausto talk about this stock in phase 3, tell him that we spoke about this in phase 1, not PayPal, but when a company does company-wide layoffs, a lot of times you tend to see a big pop at first. Why? Because the company is letting go of a lot of expenses. So you tend to see actually a bit of a move up, a little bit of a day trade with that. But you know what? I'll slip it on our list for now. Not really expecting too big of a run from this point. Maybe it hits 65, but interesting at least. All right, so hey, that's 3, and we had to scratch and claw to get to this 3. So you know the deal, folks. Start and stick with what we got. I'll be back on the mic at 3 o'clock. And hey, at that time, at 3 o'clock, if there is a move that's out there otherwise, I'll call it out. I'll see if there's anything, looking good at that point. But we just kind of ran through the whole market, right? So save PXLW. Those are your top two really to begin with, and then we'll go from there. All right, so hey, on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, YouTube, the works, at Cyber Trading U. Tell a friend to tell a friend, as we say. Spread the good word of Cyber Trading University, teaching you how to follow the smart money and the big block orders out there. But if you're interested in joining our live trading room, though, just click that, might I say, actually, scan that QR code on the top left of the stream. Get you access to our live trading room for a week-long trial. And then otherwise, for all of our students there, just click the link to join Fausto in class. And then for those of you not joining class, not class eligible, that's fine. I'll be back on the mic coming up here at the top of the hour, folks. Talk to you all soon.